Mystery Confidential: The Strange and Mysterious Disappearance of Mekayla Bali. Mekayla Bali was just 16 years old when she went missing in April 2016. The case haunts the Bali family, the Canadian public, and all those on the internet that have dove into this horrifying and mysterious case. It has drawn in many internet sleuths, and Mekayla even has a Reddit page dedicated to case discussion. Mekayla's whereabouts need explaining. The family need closure. And yet, the case continues to baffle investigators, internet sleuths, and those with a vested interest in Mekayla's safe return. Mekayla was an intelligent young girl. She was a good student, a good daughter, and on face value, your typical teenage girl. She had big dreams and eventually wanted to leave her small Canadian town of Yorkton, and had desires that even spanned going to America one day. She was shy, but also sociable. She had many friends online, including various social media apps such as Kik, Snapchat, and Instagram. Like any youngster, Mekayla had the world at her feet, and her life before her. And everything seems to have vanished on the 12th of April 2016, with few leads or answers as to why. Can the internet help find Mekayla? Mekayla was born in 1999 and was 16 at the time of her disappearance. She had battled with acne, something she was extremely insecure about, and she took regular medication for acne. On the day of her disappearance, Mekayla did not pack her medication, which led investigators to believe that she had every intention of returning home on that fateful April day. It started at 6:41 in the morning. Mekayla texted her school friend Oksana and asked for a ride to the bank. She told Oksana that she needed to withdraw 5,000 Canadian dollars, later found to be untrue during the investigation. She did not have this money. Oksana told Mekayla that she could not do it, and at 8:20 am, Mekayla entered Sacred Heart High School and attended classes. She went straight to her locker, and 6 minutes later, she exited the school through the back entrance. Mekayla went straight to the bank. She walked in at 10 to 9 in the morning and was seen talking on the phone via the CCTV footage. This would be a trademark of the day. When the teller opened the shutters, Mekayla appeared to immediately end the call and withdrew $55 from her account. She entered a pawn shop and tried to hawk a private ring. The owner refused the sale and sent Mekayla away. There was an apparent urgency and desperation to Mekayla's mourning and her demeanour. She was reportedly approaching strangers desperate to book a hotel room, or telling friends that she wanted to go to Regina, another Canadian town. Mekayla later entered Tim Hortons and ordered a drink. She sat in the booth with her backpack. This was noteworthy behaviour, as Mekayla never usually wore a backpack to school. There seemed to be an intention to leave Yorkton. However, there was also the matter of the forgotten acne medication. Mekayla never went anywhere without her makeup kit or acne medication, except on that day, which led investigators to believe that despite indicating a desire to leave town, she had every intention of coming back later that day. At 9:23 am, she exited the Tim Hortons and then walked back in through a separate exit. She came back into the Tim Hortons at 9:49 am while on the phone with someone. Mekayla was shown on the CCTV footage disassembling the phone and putting it back together again. Call records show that she did not make any calls, and it seems apparent that the calls were made through an unidentified app. The identity of the person that she made the call to is vital and missing information from this case. At 10:12 am, she texted her friend Shelby, "Hey, I need help." She then responded later saying, "Never mind, I figured it out." At 10:43 am, Mekayla approached a woman and asked the woman to rent a hotel for her. The woman refused, and Mekayla later exited the Tim Hortons again on the phone. At lunchtime, Mekayla returned to school and then went to the bus depot. She ordered a meal at the Trail Stop restaurant there. This was the last sighting of Mekayla. Her phone went off and the trail went cold. That evening, she was reported missing by her mother and grandmother. It was a strange day, accompanied by a flurry of irregular behaviour by Mekayla Bali. Mekayla seemingly vanished into thin air on the 12th of April 2016, and the reasons and theories are inconsistent and inconclusive. Investigators did find a second Instagram account under Mekayla's name. The account had zero activity, but the About Me section read, "Goodbye." Mekayla posted her Snapchat profile in February 2016 with the caption, Looking for Snapchat friends because I have none in real life. Add me. Please don't be a greasy fuck and send me gross ass nudes. Just looking for a friend. Mekayla told friends that she planned a trip to Regina, which is about 150 miles away from Yorkton. There was also a gentleman named Christopher Mekayla had planned to visit in Satchka 1. Police searched Christopher's home and there was no evidence that he was even in Canada at the time of the disappearance. Christopher lived in the USA, North Carolina, and had a cast-iron alibi. He did, however, reveal to CBS News that Mekayla had told him about a previous suicide attempt. There was also a suggestion that Mekayla had scars from self-harm and attempted suicide. Christopher was cagey and did not wish to speak to the police at length. He was cleared of any wrongdoing and remained uncharged. Mekayla was estranged from her father, who has since emerged for the first time since Mekayla's disappearance. Mekayla never knew the man, and Mekayla's mother was somewhat guarded in what she revealed about Mekayla's father. But now, Rick Bright has put himself forward as Mekayla's biological father. He is being active in the various communities and has been a voice in trying to find Mekayla. Reported sightings of any missing person at times have to be taken with a grain of salt. However, there were sightings of Mekayla in Vancouver and Edmonton. The police have never confirmed a suspect in this case, but they do have a person of interest that they have announced as a potential suspect. This person was seen by witnesses leaving the Trail Stop restaurant with Bali. He was stocky, muscular, and had a fiery cross tattoo on his arm. The police questioned the man and he explained that he was merely holding the door open for Mekayla. He remains uncharged. Two of Mekayla's schoolmates told police that Mekayla had oxycodone, a powerful opioid. Mekayla brought the drug to school to show friends. "We are always open and aware that there are drugs in high school," one of the investigating officers said. "There's a different kind of drugs and drugs are getting passed around, but in Mekayla's case we don't have any evidence to suggest that drugs were a factor in this case." Police Detective Kim Stewart says that to this day she still looks for Bali, years after the case was transferred out of her unit. There is the possibility that Mekayla's erratic behaviour on the day suggests that she ran away from home. Sick of small town Canadian life, Mekayla possibly decided to just up sticks and leave. This can be supported by some of her sombre and cryptic social media posts and the need for a hotel or a trip to the bus stop, the second Instagram and the goodbye message. The darker side of human nature can appear in cases such as these, and Mekayla may have left herself in a vulnerable situation to an online predator with a premeditated intention, or stumbled upon a real-world predator that found a vulnerable girl in a vulnerable situation. Both leave the imagination full of grim ideas. Whatever happened, we need to close this case. Whether it ends up being good news or bad, the family deserve closure, and Mekayla's mother deserves closure. Canada deserves closure. Mekayla liked aliases, and here is a list of all of the aliases that we know Mekayla used. Nancy Neeb, Marie Neeb, Mickey Neeb, Mickey Neebs, Mickey Nieber, Mickey Golf, Mickey Nieberg, Mickey Swagtriggs, Mekayla, Mekayla N, Mekayla Baller. The reward is now at 100,000 Canadian dollars for Mekayla's safe return. Mekayla would now be 22, and the time her mother has lost with her is unfathomable. I appeal to those on the internet to keep the case fresh and active.
We are pleased to announce that we have reached our goal and are offering a $25,000 reward for the safe return of Mekayla Bali. It's been coined, it takes a village to raise a child, and I would add, it might take a country to find one. Our community has been an extraordinary support to Mekayla and our family throughout this very difficult time. I'd like to give a special thanks to those who have responded to the appeal so generously. People have been incredibly supportive of the reward fund. Whether it was kids attending vacation Bible school who donated their coins, the lemonade stands run by teenagers, bottle drives, hot dog fundraisers, GoFundMe pages, cash donations, silent auctions, steak suppers in Yorkton and Regina, and my supportive co-workers from the Ministry of Social Services, as well as local service clubs and churches. Every donation, whether small or large, has made an important contribution to this announcement. We're extremely hopeful that this will make a difference in terms of perhaps the tips or the quality of the tips, or that it will bring forward information that we are desperately seeking. And again, just, the community outpouring to back us on something like this is incredible in a very short amount of time. Raising $25,000 to us feels monumentous. So. But we love her, and we are desperate to ensure that she is safe. And that is the most important at this point, is just to determine that she's safe.
I make these videos because they fulfill a creative need in me. I'm still learning, I'm still developing, I'm still in the infancy of this channel. However, I also make the videos because I would like to draw a conclusion to some of these cases and possibly make a difference to those affected by the cases. It means a lot to me, so I welcome all feedback